bookish friends. I wanted to go over the puzzles and books I got for Christmas and the books that I bought end of November and in December. Yes, I'm wearing the same sweater as the other video. It's the same day. I might not get all this done in one go, but so I'm going to start with the books I got for Christmas. I got 2 books from my mother. The Quiet Season by Mark Battles. I'm actually reading this one right now. And Shatona recommended this one, and it sounded so good, and it's very cozy. It's set in a library mostly. Very much enjoying it. And Just Stab Me Now by Jill Barrett. This was written by the fellow YouTuber after the shorts that she did kind of went viral, and everybody's like, where's the book? So I actually got to read an advanced reader copy of the ebook for this, and then the paperback was really on sale, and so I would like to read a finished version of the book. And I have a friend who moved to Texas, and every Christmas we send each other a book, and she sent me Magic Book 1 of, I think it's Septimus Heap by Angie Sage. Oh, I didn't say what either of these are about. Okay, I'll go back to the other ones. Septimus Heap, the 7th son of the 7th son, disappears the night he is born, pronounced dead by the midwife. That same night, the baby's father, Silas Heap, comes across an abandoned child in the snow, a newborn girl with violet eyes. The Heaps take her into their home, name her Jenna, and raise her as their own. But who is this mysterious baby girl, and what really happened to their beloved son, Septimus? Silas Heap pulled his cloak tightly around him against the snow. Ooh, maybe I should try to get to this one in the winter then. I did already say this is set in kind of a library. The Quiet Season is a reflective winter tale set in the small town of Stillwater, where snow softens the world and silence speaks. When a retired librarian finds his life quietly shrinking inward, a boy who loves the river, a widow seeking warmth, and a school teacher caught in the storm begin to draw him back toward connection. Just Stab Me Now. Caroline Lindley is determined that her new romance novel will be her best one yet. Fantasy, formal gowns, fencing, and of course a 20-something heroine to star in an enemies to lovers plot with all of Caroline's favorite tropes. But Lady Rosamond Hawkhurst is a 36-year-old widow. She has a war to stop and 2 children to get home to, and flatly refuses to take the correct approach to there being only one bed. This is clean, by the way. And a friend from church gave me The Heart of the Homestead, Cultivating a Spirit of Simple Living Through Homemaking Recipes and Family by Ruth Ann Zimmerman. Yeah, timeless wisdom, traditional values, welcome to the heart of the homestead. Drawing from their Mennonite upbringings, Ruth Ann Zimmerman and her husband, Elvin, chose early in their marriage to build a life focused on family, hard work, and serving others. Now Ruth Ann invites you to slow down, focus quietly, and listen closely to the heartbeat of the homestead. She offers insights on working together as a family, enjoying good food and fellowship, growing and preserving food, appreciating what you have, finding contentment by doing more with less. And then I got 3 puzzles. One of them scurried away. This one, my mother got me. I'm like, Mom, this puzzle's on sale. Will you get it for me for Christmas? And she did. It's beautiful. It's got owls and other creatures on it. 500 pieces, which is kind of, I don't like to do more than 500 pieces, because 500 pieces we can do in an afternoon. And I was eyeing this Highland Cow puzzle at Hobby Lobby, and I thought about getting it for like a month, and then my mom's like, well, maybe you should wait until after Christmas, and she surprised me with this one. It's also 500 pieces. They're just so cute. I really want to do this one soon. And they've got scarves. And a friend of mine got me this 20-piece puzzle of one of my favorite prints from one of our favorite illustrators. So that's all the bookish things I got for Christmas. And then I didn't plan on buying all of these, but I had to order a book for a friend for Christmas, and I ordered it from Thrift Books, and in order to get free shipping you have to have a $15 minimum order. So I went ahead and got A Basket of Summer Fruit by Susanna Spurgeon. I think these are devotionals that she wrote after her husband died, and a friend of mine from church recommended this. I found a good deal on Once Upon a Wardrobe by Patty Callahan. This has been on my want to read list since at least last year, if not the year before. Whoop, there's a bookmark in there. Meg Devonshire is brilliant with numbers and equations on a scholarship at Oxford and dreams of solving the greatest mysteries of physics. She prefers the dependability of facts except for one. The younger brother she loves with all her heart doesn't have long to live. When George becomes captivated by a brand new book called The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe and begs her to find out where Narnia came from, there's no way she can refuse. I'm just trying to rapid fire these at limited time. My son wants you to know, Wardrobe, Narnia, they really love Narnia. I won a $10 gift card through Celebrate Lit by, I'm so sorry, I don't know if it's Johnny or Joni Alexander. She gave me an e-book copy of her book, Under a Rare Blue Moon. I'm actually reading it right now. So good. I highly recommend you check it out. It's set in World War II with these women officers who trained in like marksmanship and judo and with dogs to patrol various, I'm blanking. Her particular area, she is patrolling around a dam that is very important for factories. And then the $10 I put toward Ariadne and The Legend of the Fire Rose, because this was the only book I needed to purchase off of my 2016-2026 list, and I wanted to support an indie author, and this is the first book in the series, so I might push this toward later in the year in the hopes that book 2 comes out. I'm just gonna call her Ari so I don't get the name wrong. Ari never expected that the last thing her mother would ever say to her would lead her to a mysterious manor in the middle of the woods. Desperate and alone, she finds herself at the mercy of the people that live there. She quickly learns that it is not just any manor, but a school for girls that teaches weaponry. With nowhere else to go, Ariadne decides to enroll in school. But as time goes on, a darkness creeps in from the forest. People are disappearing without a trace, vicious animal packs are growing, and strange markings are appearing on the streets. And I took my kids to our local bookstore to pick out books for Christmas, and I found some things. This is The Secret of the Rose series, book 2, A Rose Remembered by Michael Phillips. This is the sequel to The 11th Hour, which Tona got me this summer, and I trusted her enough to pick up book 2, and this was only $1 or $2. We got 100 cupboards. Again, this was $1 or $2. My boy, well, my oldest really likes the audiobooks for these, and I think just having book 1 on our shelf will encourage him to remember, this is an awesome series and you should listen to it again. And then another one that was $1 or $2, The Little White Horse by Elizabeth Gooch. This was one of my favorites when I was a teen, and I can almost guarantee that my 6-year-old is going to love this when she's old enough for it. And Half Magic by Edward Eaker. I think the yellow stickers are 1, so these must have been $1. Chantal Reads All Day had recommended this, and so when I saw a copy, I'm like, ooh, I'll get that. Maybe we'll read it, maybe we'll listen to it. And the one I paid full price for, Caught Up in a Story by Sarah Clarkson. How can parents cultivate heroic hearts in their children? What is imagination and why is it vital to childhood education? What role do great books play in shaping a child's perception of life, self, and even God? Love the Clarksons' works, and I have 2 picture books. I finally bought a copy of The Hedgehog Feast. I've wanted this book for years. It was the one that's been on my want to read list the longest, and so I got it. It looks like it's going to be a great Thanksgiving one. These hedgehogs are preparing a feast for their neighbors. And I have A Medieval Feast by Alakai. I don't know. My friend recommended this, I think, at our November meeting. But it's just got great illustrations about preparing this feast for royalty, and yeah, I wanted to beef up my Thanksgiving books. That is all I have for this month. I'm not gonna, or this week, I'm not gonna try to hold all these up. I might just take a picture and have that be my thumbnail. But let me know, did you get any good books or puzzles or bookish things? Until next time, happy reading.